is Will Ragatz with Vikings on SI here to talk about the eighth consecutive win by the Minnesota Vikings, the 13-2 Minnesota Vikings, who just went into Seattle and pulled off one of their more thrilling and impressive victories of this thrilling and impressive season. They were down 24-20 late in the fourth quarter. A lot of things had kind of been going against them. It felt like maybe a day where they were just going to lose a game for the first time in a while. And the Geno Smith and the Seahawks offense had really been playing well and giving the Vikings defense some trouble at times. But the Vikings had the response. Sam Darnold steps up in the pocket on an ankle that appeared to be hurting after taking a pull to the face mask, a few hits in the game. Steps up, finds Justin Jefferson on the run for a game-winning, or at least go-ahead at the time, 39-yard touchdown pass. Jefferson spinning, making the adjustment, coming down with it over two defenders. And just really one of the moments of the season for this Vikings team. Darnold was incredible. I mean, that play showed all kinds of poise in the big gotta-have-it moment, the pressure situations, the number one seed in the NFC on the line, the staying in the race in the NFC North on the line. Darnold delivered there. He threw for 246 yards in this game, 3 touchdowns, passer rating over 100 for the 12th time in 15 games this season, which is already a Vikings single season franchise record. He set that a couple weeks ago. Justin Jefferson, 10 catches, season high 144 yards, 2 touchdowns, just doing what he does as the best wide receiver on the planet, making all kinds of plays for his quarterback, for his offense, for his team. Jordan Addison had a touchdown reception earlier in the game for the Vikings as well. And, this one early on, it seemed like the Vikings were maybe separating a bit in the first half and had a chance to kind of pull away. They go up 7-0 right away on a great opening drive. Seahawks respond, and Geno Smith threw 3 touchdowns in this game. He was really good. But then the Vikings respond again. They go up 14-7 on the first Darnold touchdown to Jefferson, who was actually flagged for taunting for his gritty after the play when he was looking at the Seahawks cornerback. Then Dallas Turner, the Vikings rookie outside linebacker, who his kind of quiet season has been really a big topic of conversation this year, but comes up with a big sack last week against the Bears. And then he gets his first career interception in the first half against Geno Smith, sets up a Vikings field goal. It was 17-7. They got the ball back after that. Had a chance to add on to a 10-point lead after the 2-minute warning in the first half, but went 3 and out. And then the Seahawks, in a bolt in just a little over a minute, went 88 yards, got a touchdown, made it 17-14 at the half. And then it was a little quiet for both offenses throughout like the third quarter. The Vikings were leading 20-17. Both teams had kicked a field goal in the third quarter. And that's when the Seahawks offense struck again, drove down another really impressive Geno Smith drive. They get a go-ahead touchdown to A.J. Barner, rookie tight end. But the Vikings, 30 seconds later, after a face mask penalty was actually called, when somebody grabbed Sam Darnold's face mask, it was Darnold to Justin Jefferson for an incredible moment. And the Seahawks had a couple chances after that. They tried a 60-yard field goal with Jason Myers, who came up just short. That would have tied the game. And they get the ball back again. The Vikings couldn't quite seal it. But Theo Jackson, the Vikings' number 4 safety, who was playing in this game because Harrison Smith was out, comes up with his first interception of the season, the second of his career, seals the game. And the Vikings' 8th consecutive win. Really just a gutsy, impressive win in so many ways for this Vikings team. The defense gave up plenty of yards at times, but again, they just this Brian Flores group seems to stiffen when it matters most. 2 interceptions, they win the turnover battle 2-0. Andrew Van Ginkel comes up with 2 big sacks in the second half, which were the only sacks the Vikings had on the day against a suspect Seahawks offensive line, but they were big plays from Van Ginkel. And then the offense just, again, I mean, the offense wasn't perfect either. They struggled a little bit to run the ball efficiently after a good start in that regard. And Darnold was under some pressure from the interior of the Seahawks defensive line, Leonard Williams, Jerron Reed, Byron Murphy, for sure. But he just continues to play really high level quarterback. and step up and move around in the pocket, deliver throws on the run, find Jefferson, find Addison, find TJ Hockenson, all of his weapons. And he delivered when the Vikings had to have it with a huge game winning touchdown pass. And the Vikings are 2 wins away from being the number one seed in the NFC. The Eagles lost to the Commanders earlier today. So if the Vikings win 2 more games against the Packers next week at home and then against the Lions in week 18 in Detroit, they will be the number one seed in the conference and play all of their potential playoff games at US Bank Stadium. But it's not going to be easy by any means. The Lions won again today against the Bears. They're also 13-2. So the Vikings have to win next week against the Packers or get a Lions loss against the 49ers next week to make that week 18 game a winner-take-all affair for the NFC North. Should be really entertaining the last 2 games of the season. It's kind of how you script it. I mean, the Vikings are 13-2, so it's kind of wild that they still have to do this the way that they're going to have to do it. But that's what happens when the Lions are also 13-2. And it's going to be an exciting one next Sunday in Minneapolis against the Packers. Yeah, looking forward to that one. And just been an unbelievable Viking season so far, and still a lot of the story certainly left to be written.